Eyes. Mm.
What is it? 7 years? Bad
7
sex?
years of bad sex. Can't afford
Listen.
it.
I got too many problems. That's not about to be one. Man,
We're back.
what?
We made it back because, we were not sure.
I was never sure. But what I was sure was that I was going to listen. I knew I was going to listen, but I just got a thing, and we can officially say hundreds of people.
Okay.
Listen.
That's progress. We thought we were going to have 4, us 2 and the first ladies.
And I was perfectly okay.
Yeah.
I think you should always create content for yourself, actually.
That's right.
Because, see, let me tell you, it may just be you. It may just be you, and you need to listen to that podcast and be like, getting my life.
And as long as you're entertained.
But thank y'all for posting. Thank y'all for sharing. Thank you for letting us know that it made you laugh. We just want to make y'all laugh.
That's right.
Because life's hard.
It's hard. And we've been through a lot of shit. So someone ought to get some entertainment out of it,
Listen, someone actually said that. And I wasn't sure if I should be offended. She was like, thank y'all so much for this podcast. Like, I've been going through it and feeling ashamed, and y'all shit is way worse. And y'all are laughing about it. I was like, damn, sis, okay. Yes and yes.
Yes. And we really just the tip of the iceberg in all of the food.
Honestly.
But it's fine. Here we are.
Here we are. But for real, thank y'all for liking, subscribing, sharing. It really means a lot to us.
Yes.
We don't know what we're doing. And so we're grateful to have your blind faith.
We're here.
I can tell y'all don't look at red flags because we are the red flag of podcasters. All right. And on to that. My red flag is not your red flag.
That's right.
Your red flag, not my red flag.
Yeah.
Our red flag, it's not their red flag. Flagometer of the week.
So this week, the pink flag is like a flamingo pink. The bird.
Oh, wait, real quick.
Yes.
I just realized we never ever explained what this flagometer is.
Oh.
So the flagometer is on a scale of 0 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10. How red is red? And so here we go.
Yes. So the 0, we're the lighter end. We're not. It's something to think about, but it's not a red flag. So we're gonna say it's flamingo pink.
Okay.
This week, and then on the opposite end, the red flag of it. We're gonna do a stop sign red.
Oh, now that I think about it, there's a reason the stop sign is red.
It all makes sense.
Yes, it all makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So our pink, flamingo pink flag for this week. You're looking on the young man's Hinge. And you're scrolling through a profile. I feel like there's a whole episode on Hinge, but we don't have to get into that
Next week.
You're scrolling through the profile, and you get to the bottom. You know how people do videos?
Yes.
And there's a video of the young man singing with a ukulele, and he's tone deaf. For me, that is a pink flag.
And this is something, because I listen to the podcast. I am a subscriber, okay? We need to decide what's an ick versus a red flag. You know what I mean?
Yes, and I think this could be both.
Okay, tell me how it can be a red flag.
Because to me, a red flag is indicative of something deeper, or can be.
Okay, so what's that indicative of?
Lack of self-awareness.
You know what?
Lack of self-awareness. If you don't know that you can't sing, listen, some of us have been blessed more than others.
Yeah.
With vocal ability. Side note. This is a separate but equal thing. There are white people who have the voices of Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah.
And it bothers me.
Yeah, you really hate it when white people can sing.
It bothers me because it seems like the ancestors should have interceded. I feel as though there should be, okay, dancing. White folks typically, generally, don't have the same rhythm that we do. And I feel like the ancestors put in work to make sure that that was a thing.
Yeah.
But they're slacking on the voices. There was a girl on TikTok who looked like she was Amish. Looked like she had put tied the donkey to the post, came inside, did a TikTok, and was singing like Jasmine Sullivan. And it upset my spirit because I can't sing like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have to deal with the oppression. I should be able to riff and run like that.
They colonized that voice.
Listen, and I love Yeba. Love her to death. But I just feel like...
I feel like we saved Yeba in a race war.
Yeah. Her, JoJo.
Yeah. Adele. I'm saving her.
Adele. Yeah. But see, but even Adele's got her own thing. It's still white.
Yeah.
It's not...
Yeah.
It
really upsets you.
It does.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
You were talking about someone who's unaware of their lack of singing.
Lack of
Okay,
awareness.
I get it.
I think that could be indicative of something.
I agree.
Deeper.
Because what else are you not aware of? Your abilities?
That's it. That's
okay.
it. So that's my pink flag.
Love it.
Makes sense?
I got it.
You with it? Okay.
Because you can still move past it, but you're like,
It's something.
Yeah, I got it. It's a perfect pink flag.
Yeah. Okay, so the stop sign flag. So you on a date
Okay.
with this young man, and you ask the young man what it is that he does for a living.
Sometimes I tell you intentionally triggering me, but anyway, continue.
We just talked about my unemployed ex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's very excited about episode 28, by the way. Now we have to get to episode 28 because they need to hear about unemployed babe. But continue. You're on a date.
You're on a date. You ask the young man, "Oh, what is it that you do for work?" He says he's a singer.
Okay.
And you're like, okay, are you like making money from that? He's like, no, not right now, but I am. I work in Hollywood. And you're like, oh, what do you do? He says he's the Spiderman on Hollywood and Highland.
Yeah.
Is that a red flag?
Not a red flag.
Really?
Not a red flag. I'm not dating you, but not a red flag. Again, that's not a red flag because he's honest. He's being, it's not like if he told me I'm in the next Spiderman and then I go to Hollywood, then I go to Hollywood and I see, whoa, the next Spiderman on this Hollywood Boulevard, then I got a problem. But he's honest. All I ask in this life of sin is that you be honest.
Okay.
So it's not a red flag. In fact, I would say it's a green flag.
Okay.
It's a green flag. And maybe if I believe in your dreams enough, I might stay. It would be
that.
Yeah, because he's honest.
That is very interesting. And that's true. Okay, so it's a red flag if he's not honest about it.
Yes.
Or if he's not an artist and he's just working as the Hollywood and Highland Spider. What's the part that's would be the red flag to you?
The red flag is lying about where you are in your life.
Okay.
And like, say you're the next Spider-Man. You know where I'm thinking.
Okay.
You know I'm telling my friends I'm dating the next Spider-Man. What's it, Marvel? Marvel. No.
Marvel, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You know I'm telling them that, and now I'm walking down Hollywood Boulevard and boom. I'm like, friend, don't lie to me. Okay. So I actually think it's a green flag. Plot twist.
Okay. All right. This came up because I thought there was a time that I thought I had the crush on the Hollywood and Highland Spider-Man.
There was a time? You still have a crush on it.
I don't.
You do.
Here's the thing. The Hollywood and Highland Spider-Man,
you got cakes.
He's thick. The butt does not miss leg day.
He got cakes.
And it caught me off guard one day.
Yeah.
And then I was going to Zara, and he stopped me. And he was like, hey, he's like, I like your style. I said, oh.
York, be flirting with this Spider-Man. I think it's a green flag. And I think this is your sign to give it a chance.
I don't know that I have that. I'm too, York, fresh out of the closet?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you need lunch at Hollywood and Highland? Do you need to do research? Let's go watch the movie.
You were very straight out of the closet, my friend. If there was any time to date you, it would have been then, because you were down.
Open to it all. That's right.
You were a bottom bitch, and not in that way. No, I work on P-value. Bottom bitch is like you, the person underneath. No, that sounded no. That meant like you had their back. Okay.
Got it. Yes.
Like, you had my back. You know how Clifford be like to Mercedes, you my bottom bitch.
Yes.
Okay.
That was very much me.
Yeah.
Now, not so much.
Yeah.
In a different way.
You giving side, bitch. I'm gonna watch y'all dance and I'm a lap dance.
I just
I'm gonna see.
I know too much.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay, great flagometer. So even though we changed it to a green flag.
Yes, because there's no lie.
I'm gonna change it to lies.
Okay.
For me.
Great. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I actually agree.
Yeah, I'm here for honesty.
Yeah.
I might meet you where you are.
Might.
Okay. And this is the part where I give a red flag from my own life and we see where it falls into the flagometer. I'm not doing that one. I'm going to do that one in episode 29. I'm going to wait for York to do episode 28. And then I'm going to come back to that one.
Great.
Okay. Phone sex. You know how there was a period in my life where I found myself constantly in this long distance thing.
Yes.
Now, the thing is with long distance things is phone sex becomes the thing, right? I would like to say there's a word for people who like get turned on by audio.
Yes, I am in that camp.
And I'm a writer, so I fucking love words, right? Yeah. So phone sex actually is it's great for me. I mean, it's not the real thing, but like...
Sometimes it's all you got.
And for someone who loves words and I love like sounds, actually sleeping with someone who makes no noise is actually like treacherous to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like,
rough.
Yeah. I'm like,
are you enjoying
this? First of all, I'm a people pleaser. I need to know if I'm doing a good job. Like, give me affirmation. I need sound.
Let me
give
know.
me a little crunch or something. Yeah.
Breathing hard or something. Do something.
Something. Okay?
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than, and you're like, hey.
Or at the end, it's like, so did you enjoy or was it that one move that made it?
Yeah, because anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is not that kind of podcast.
Yes.
Okay, so phone sex, we were together and we're in long distance. So all we had was the phone, okay? So I won't lie, like his phone sex game, I just scored it a nice little 7. Okay, so like, we're there. Also, you should know there was time difference. So a lot of this setup was off, okay? It's like a young 7:30 a.m. my side.
Okay.
New York was a young, midnight. It was just, anyway.
Okay.
That should be studied. Phone sex in different time zones. Anyway, like, yeah, and I was in Uganda, so I'm hearing the cock. There's a whole chicken in the background. Anyway, the point is, phone sex, okay. So, like, he's doing the things, and I'm like, okay. And then, as we're working up to the grand finale, he's like, I just want to impregnate you.
Now.
I could have thrown my phone away. I swear I was about to like take 2 birth control pills. I was like, oh my God.
Now.
How dry could I have gotten in that moment? Okay, now I need to know, it's one of those vague. Should it have been a red flag? Was it? I want to impregnate you. It was just strong.
It's strong. This is a moment where you got to know your partner.
Okay, say more.
There are some people that would have loved to have heard that, and it would have sent them over into the land of
Oh, you thought that he thought that I was like, oh, this is a finisher.
I think so.
I want to impregnate you.
It's
Strong.
okay. It is. It's very. Listen, I would not feel that way about that, but I think there are some people that would feel maybe that is a stimulating.
I was 20. Let me not say. I was between the age. I was 20. I was above 25, but under 30.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yeah,
Just
go
so I
ahead.
can. His voice. Is it a baritone? Was it like a deep, like guttural
I
thing,
feel like
or
it
was
went
it?
deeper when you said it. So when I say I got scared, when I tell you the phone went shoop. It's like, first of all, yeah. Red flag or just
I want to impregnate you. I don't know. I'm trying to translate it into
because
gay.
let me tell you why. Yeah. Because for you, this is not a real threat to your
Yeah, I
life.
mean, to
Yeah.
me, that's like.
Yeah, I see why for you it's a finisher because you're like, I can't really get pregnant. For me, I'm like, you're trying to destroy my career.
So what? So it was that you thought he was serious. So to me, it feels like an expression.
I think for me, this okay.
Like beat it up.
This is
Like
a
you
good-
don't actually need to be beating anything.
No. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere. I think for me, phone sex isn't a fantasy land. For me, it's replicating what would actually be happening.
Interesting.
So I'm going. I have an MFA in acting, believe it or not.
Come on.
So I'm going into the given circumstances. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I'm with you. Okay, so I'm not. It's not a fantasy. When you say I want to impregnate you, I'm like, oh my God, where are my birth control pills?
Okay.
Let me take 2.
Okay.
Even though you're in New York and I'm in Uganda, I have to sort this out. Like it just creeped me out a little. Not gonna lie.
Yes.
Maybe I was gonna say it was the last time we had phone sex, but we did do a revision history, and I told him, "Woof,
It's too much.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because I feel like, the phone sex thing now, okay. When we say phone sex, we talking about just hearing, or we talking about FaceTime?
I'm scared of that FaceTime things because I always felt like I know I'm gonna be famous, so I'm just like,
Yes.
yeah, the FaceTime thing. Don't do it, y'all.
Don't do it because they,
Or put a pillow. Yeah. I will do this. Okay, y'all who send nudes. People are like, don't send nudes. I'm just like, crop. As soon as my daughter knows how to speak, I'm gonna say crop. People are be like, Mama, Dada. I'm gonna be like, crop. Because I will deny every part of my body.
This is the thing. There are some people who have no shame. I know someone who may or may not be listening. I know someone who does not and the nudes are A1.
Oh, you're a recipient.
Recipient.
Of their nudes. Are they in the industry?
Yes.
Oh, you know what?
But full face. But what he said was he is not ashamed. If someone leaks it, they leak it. And he's like, I ain't got nothing to be ashamed about. I said, well, that is a confidence that I do not know.
I think there's some versions where it's like cool if it's artistic, but a FaceTime thing.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And here's the thing: the time when I was a frequenter of the FaceTime was before the screen record.
Oh yeah,
it was before iPhone came out with that.
Yeah, they record now.
Yeah, so
yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, it's not my ministry.
So where does it fall on your flagometer?
For me, it's flamingo. For me.
Okay. Yeah, but no. You can't imagine you had ovaries.
But see, to me, but this is the difference. I feel like phone sex is about the fantasy as well.
Okay.
So to me, I felt like even in actual, like if we in the same room having sex, I may say some off the wall shit in the moment,
Okay.
that doesn't mean that I actually.
I'm a more grounded girl. I'm like, what's going on between you and I right here, right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you ain't ever just said something crazy?
No.
Okay.
No. Personally, no. Personally, but I've heard crazy and it makes me be like,
But it has. I mean, it's a fine line because you got to. If it's crazy, but it's in the realm of
But-
the level of freak that we're at.
you know what? It's about the range. Can you carry it? You know? Can you not every actor can do every genre, you know? Some people, you know, truly. And
Yeah.
I think we always come down to like, you have to know to thine own self be true. So
Yeah.
not every actor can carry every genre. Not every writer can write for every genre.
This is true.
Same with that kind of like
That is
dirty talk. Are you a grounded person? Because this is something about me. I can feel when it's coming from a performative, and there's always an element of performance, but I can tell when you're not
Yes.
comfortable with what you're saying. We literally trained in this for 3 years.
Yes.
So I don't like that. It's the same way you and I share this ick, but I think it could be a red flag.
What?
When men start laughing immediately after sex.
Yes.
I don't like it.
Yes. Come on, this is we've stumbled into something because I think that is a red flag.
Yeah.
Because it's indicative of something deeper going on.
I think so.
And I will say, this is interesting because somebody just posted on Instagram a post about shame and sex. And it was a really, really interesting post. But like reading through it, I was like, I think I still have some shame around sex. And I just think that the way that it shows up for me might be different than the way it shows up for other people.
Yeah.
And so I think that laughing after sex is like, could have to do with a shame that hasn't been dealt with.
I think sometimes it's shame and sometimes it's a disconnection from the person.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like when you're watching porn?
Say more.
Sometimes when you're watching porn, yeah.
Yes.
After the deed is done, you're like, get this shit off my laptop. You slap the laptop. Boom. Yeah. Yeah.
You throw your phone. Yeah.
So when I hear that laughter, it's
it feels like that, but
It
you
feels
are
like-
the porn. Yeah.
I feel like you're slapping down my laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it. I I like to feel actually connected
Yeah.
post coital.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to just sit in it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, y'all learned some things today. Okay.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Do tell.
What are some things I don't know if I want to ask this.
Go ahead. Feel free. This is how I always get York in traps. Feel free. Feel free. Safe space. Safe. The safest of spaces.
Okay. Have you ever seen a blatant red flag in the relationship of a close friend of yours? And if so, how did
I approach it? This is
handle
actually
it?
a great question. It's very hard to see red flags in your close friends' relationship because, so for me, it's love bombing. That's the one that I've seen in multiple people's relationships. And I'm able to recognize it. So like, it's like the fast connection and it's the like gifts and the like spontaneity. Week 2, where like, you're going on this date. And it's like, and why it's hard for me to call it out is I have been love bombed before. And I actually saw a TikTok about this, talking about, I'm following your logic. And I know being in that space, like, yeah, absolutely. You think I'm great? After 3 days, I think I'm great too. Fantastic. Yeah. Finally, somebody on my level.
They get it.
You want to marry me after 1 week? I get it.
Yeah.
I would marry me too.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I think you don't want to be the person to be like, no, he doesn't want to marry you. Because it can also come off as like, why don't you think he, you know?
Yeah.
And so for me, the love bombing one is very hard because I've been through the love bombing and I know that it injects so much excitement. And so for me, what I always do is ask more questions. Like, like, what is it that you like about that person? Because that's the thing about love bombing. It's a way for them to control the narrative. You don't actually learn a lot about their personality. What you're actually learning is just like love, things we see in the movies. You never learn about their personality. It's like dates, long phone calls. You don't know about their personality. And it actually like hides their personality for very long. And so I normally ask questions, oh, what do you like about him? And if it's vague, I'm like, oh, no, but like, what about him specifically? What makes him different? Like, why do you think you're going to get married to this person you met 3 days ago? I would like to know.
But do you ever get worried that they will take that as you not being happy for them, or?
I only bring up red flags to my close friends. And I am very grateful that me and my close friends and my circle, there's no insecurities about that. If we're good friends and I want to bring it up, I just may send a prayer. I might send a prayer and keep it moving, because I also have to trust that in the same way that I've been through red flags and come out of it, you too can. And I'm going to be there to catch you.
Yeah. I feel like that's more my approach. It's like because it's not my job to tell you who you should or shouldn't be with, and also I think it's also important for me not to bring my baggage and the things that have happened to me to you and your relationship. Something may look like a red flag to me because it's similar to something that happened to me, but it may not be that exact same scenario. So I'm more of the here to listen. You know, if you ask me what I think about a certain thing, I will be honest and tell you. But I'm not the type of person to be like, that's not the person for you. You shouldn't do that, or that thing that he did is fucked up.
I mean, I think it actually gives your friendship more power, to be honest. Just using an example between you and I, like Listen, I was twirling the red flag for this man. Woo-hoo! I was voguing with those red flags. And I thought your approach to me was very good, because the time where you're like, Kemi, you're not happy. I said, ooh, say less. Because I was like, oh. The minute you said it, I knew, ooh, we are far down the road, because I know York does not intervene in unless it's like too far gone. And I think for me, I have a different, as I told you, I believe in trying. I'm not someone who thinks, I think a lot of people, and I've been receiving a lot of comments about our podcast and like, oh, it's lovely to release the shame. Oh, I'm going through things that I'm not able to talk about. I'm so ashamed. I think we cannot separate our personalities. I am someone who believes in trying. I'm someone who pushes past the red flag. But that's also why I'm successful. Because you want to know a place with red flags? This industry.
Talk about it.
This industry has so many red flags. And if I was someone who paid attention to red flags, I would not be in this industry. Because this industry is like red flag galore. And I'm just like, I know I have my plan. I know I have my plan. And I push past. So that same quality, I cannot be like, well, that's a quality I apply to my career and not to my relationships.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And so when I see my friend in that situation, unless I feel like it's a threat to her life,
Right.
I just be like,
Yeah.
I'll be a friend to make a joke and to catch you when you fall.
Yes, and that's an important distinction to make.
Yeah.
There's no if there is danger,
Yeah.
like bodily or like mental
Yeah.
harm that's being
Yeah.
done, then I will step in, and, you know, tap on my friend and be like, sis,
Yeah. Yeah.
this is happening. But I also feel like when you have a friend that steps in and is like, that's not the person for you, you shouldn't do this, da 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 da, you don't ever have. I feel like it's harder for you to walk away from that person if that's exactly like actually what you need to do.
Yeah.
Because you're making the decision based on the judgment of the friend, not your own judgment.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like I will be there to support, but you have to figure out on your own and trust yourself that this is not the thing that you want to be in. And then I'll be there to support you as you leave that thing. But it's not going to help you for me to be like, you should leave this situation.
And this is where I find that, like, I believe friendships shouldn't have ego. Because sometimes people want to have ego, like, I told you so.
Yeah.
Or I clocked it. That's ego. That's you and your ego.
Yeah.
And I found that, like, I have no problem boasting about this. I'm a fantastic friend. I'm a fantastic friend. And I've noticed a lot of people talk to me because I don't judge them. I don't judge them on their red flags. You busy going with a waste man? You want to tell me about the good D? Tell me. I'm here for you, okay? Because when shit goes wrong, you're going to come to me.
Yeah.
And I'm able to actually help you when it matters because you won't feel ashamed.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, it's such a, I think more people should do that in their friendships, because I think I never want you to leave a man because Kemi thought he was not good for you.
Right.
You must leave that man because you saw it.
Exactly.
You know, because otherwise you're going to go back.
Yeah.
You're going to do a merry-go-round and it's not going to be so merry.
Well.
Spoiler alert.
It's true.
But this actually brings another question I've been having. What is a red flag in friendships?
Ooh.
Because I think a lot of times we talk about relationships and stuff, but there's also friendships that, like, can be quite wild and toxic. And I think that there are red flags that happen in friendships.
Yeah. It's interesting because I feel like they're similar to the ones in romantic relationships.
Oh, do tell.
I think, going back to the singing, lack of self-awareness. There's nothing worse than, like, coming to a friend because you've had, like, a rough day or, like, something is, like, weighing on you, just want to, like, vent and get it out, and the person is just, like, completely not there, or you're venting about your mom being sick, and they're like, but I stubbed my pinky toe, and go on and on and on about how they stubbed their pinky toe and they think it might be broken. It's like, read the goddamn room. Read the fucking room. And it's a lack of self-awareness that is just like, I don't know how to be friends with people like that.
Yeah.
Similarly, lack of sense of humor, not funny. I cannot
To be honest, in any relationships, friendships, the one thing that, like, a through line, family, friendships,
yes,
colleagues that I love, they all make me laugh. I'm sorry. I cannot always be the clown of the relationship.
And if we're having a conversation and I'm not laughing, why are we talking?
What are we doing?
What I just feel like I laugh every single day of my life.
Truly.
There is not a day that goes by that
I
do
don't
not
even think
laugh.
you and I have ever had a conversation without us laughing.
No, and that includes conversations where we had somebody pass away and we were on the phone talking about it.
Oh, yeah, laughing.
Cracking up.
And
not at the death.
But also at the death. Crying, laughing. Actually, there was one time, like, Yeah, so many times. That's actually something I think is a green flag in relationships. Can you find the humor in the dark times?
Yes.
Because to me, what it says is that you're able to like have two perspectives about things, and that's something that I look for in relationships and friendships.
Because I mean, truly, the only reason I have gotten to this place,
Oof.
and this is growing up gay in a religious household, coming out, being in this industry, feeling all of the bullshit of life. I literally have laughed through it with my best friends. That is the only reason I have gotten through it and continue to get through it because
Yeah.
life is fucking hard.
It's too hard.
And so if you're somebody who is way too serious or you don't find the humor in life, the joy in life, I cannot I don't know how to be around that energy all the time.
I have never dated anyone funnier than me, and it's actually something that bothers me personally. Honestly, I am waiting. How does it feel to date someone? Like, it's just like, must I be telling the jokes all the
Yes.
time?
I
Like,
can say the same.
and I've been on a date with someone recently. Call me, please. Not the director of the camera. We laughed so much. Call me. I know you.
Listen,
Call me. Okay. Anyway, like honestly, I have never dated like a boyfriend funnier than me. Never.
Yeah.
Never. And that's something I would like.
I would also like it. But I have had a relationship where there was humor in the relationship and like a lot of laughter. And I don't necessarily have to be you don't have to be the funniest person in the relationship. But you gotta be able to find
The humor. Yeah, at
in
base
life
level.
at bare minimum.
Yeah. I actually think it's deeper than that because I know you and I talk about it, and now it's a red flag for us. Like they don't make us laugh.
Yeah.
And as petty as it sounds, I've actually been thinking about it, but I think there's a deeper thing going on. I think humor is so personal. And humor
Yes.
is so much about the individual. Like, I know how to make you laugh. I know how to make someone else laugh in very different ways. So for me, when someone makes me laugh, I'm like, oh, they get me.
You understand.
You
me.
understand me.
Yes.
Because my humor is not the next person's humor. Like, we were having a conversation. Someone's like, I hate sarcasm. Me too. I don't like that viewpoint in life.
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
I don't like a negative Nancy.
It's true.
So I think it is, to me, it goes with like, do I feel seen?
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Especially like when I think about like my specific friends, like I know exactly what to do
Yeah.
to make them, and I know how I can push it to make them laugh.
You are good at
more.
milking.
I can milk some shit in the most inappropriate of situations.
Yeah, with just a look, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very funny.
And that's how you know you're close.
I know. You are funny. Is this the point where we go to the Instagrams?
Please do. Let's
You
do
know, I'm proud to report. I'm very proud to report.
They were better this time?
There were so many.
Okay.
Remember last time we had 3 and had to be like, we don't have enough time.
Yeah,
So we're just going to choose one.
Okay.
So many. Let me scroll.
All right.
Okay. Okay, I asked a question about like clocking a friend's red flag
Okay.
before they did. Oh, love bombing has come up.
All right.
Policing what clothes I'd wear when we go out.
This is a friend?
Oh, their clothes, rather. Yes.
A friend policing their clothes?
So your friend's man is policing what they wear. Where does that fall in your flagometer?
Stop, sign, blood red. What? The man is policing her clothes? I don't like that.
That's actually a thing.
What?
It's a thing. A lot of times, like especially like men with women, and it's subtle. It's just like, oh, you wearing that?
I don't like.
And yeah, it's very much like it's a thing. I don't like it. Don't do that to me. And it's usually men with no style.
Well, unless it's a situation where you're showing up with an outfit for the club, going to my nephew's kindergarten graduation.
Yeah, if it's a situational, like you're coming to meet my parents and you're wearing something, and I'm like, friend, maybe not.
But it's also like how you go about saying it. Policing feels aggressive and toxic. That's a red flag for me.
Red flag. I think it's very red. It's giving control.
Absolutely.
Good one. The girl is always footing bills in and out the house when she's with the guy, and she's labeling it as an independent woman. Discuss.
Now, as a gay.
Yes. You guys gonna love that. Are you a gay?
As a gay, I feel like we're splitting things. Now,
do you split bills on the first date?
I usually pay on the first date.
Do you clock it? Me, let me tell you something. That is it's a flamingo. It's a flamingo pink. If if you ask me on a date,
you should pay.
You should pay.
Yes.
Because I just feel like you don't know my budget.
Right.
You don't know if I'm the type of chick who puts Excel. So when you saw me at Trader Joe's and you're like, can we go on a date? Okay. Was that in my Excel? No. So I said, yes, it's your idea.
Yes.
Did we discuss where we're going? Maybe my budget only allowed for KFC.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
But here you are taking me to WeHo. Did I discuss with you? No, I did not. Now the bill's coming and we're looking at each other like cha-cha-cha.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, friend.
You don't know my situation.
Don't even let this hand go here.
That's right.
No, I will look at you. In fact, if you've ever taken me on a date and I pay, it means I see no future.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no future. If you asked me on a date.
Yes, I get it.
It's my time.
I get it. Now,
and okay, now is a bit different. When we were doing Lyft.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for me to be. I literally was making money for the day. Yeah. Now because you've decided to catch a feeling, I must pay for it. Jax. And if it's so, tell me, when you asked me out in the Trader Joe's 5 aisle, you should have said, sis, can I take you on a date? It's going to cost you approximately $35. Please assess this and tell me if it's worth $35, $80, and go. And then I'll be like, I'm busy. Or I'd be like, yes.
If 100%. A man asks me out and tells me the date is going to be around.
If you're making me pay, it's just like, okay, let's go back to friendships. Red flags.
Okay.
Don't ask me to be your bridesmaid if you're not telling me how much it's costing me. Okay?
Well.
Because you're asking me, can I be a bridesmaid? And I'm like, yes.
Expenses.
Yeah. Tell me how much it's going to cost. Do you want to be my bridesmaid? $350? Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the same thing. Like, especially when I was doing Lyft. I'm really just shouting at myself when she did Lyft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So her footing the bill.
Again, as a gay, I feel like we're splitting things. But as a woman, do you see?
This is me. Okay, put it into me. Like I'm telling you, like, yeah, I'm an independent woman, so I've been paying for Damson's meals.
But because I know you, that's not gonna work.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is the question I have is like the gender roles. Where do they begin and where do they end? In terms of men paying for things, not paying for things, maintaining your independence, because I think that is important.
Yeah.
I just don't know for women where that independence shows up. Do you care where it shows up?
I will spoil you. And I can take you on a date. It's just not going to be in the first month.
That seems fair.
Yeah. I personally.
Yeah.
But I love to spend money on people I love. So if you become in that circle, you shall be exposed to that. But before that, no.
Okay.
So but I do think just based on the geography, and I'm not going to call out the country because I'm not trying to get canceled, of where this person is, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, another one that we shall end with.
Okay.
He wanted to take her to his ex's wedding as a +1 on their 5th date. And she went.
Why would you set yourself up for that? Listen, I don't know. Caller. I don't know you, and I don't know why.
Can I tell you where my toxic mind goes? But I'm better now. I would say no. But do you know where?
So you could show out.
I'm like, oh, so you think I'm bad? Anyway, I'm no longer this person. But that's where I think that's why she went. Because like, oh, you think I'm bad. But 5th date, I feel like we're getting serious, man.
This is one of those things where I'm not sure why it bothers me, but it does.
Okay. Do you say something? I'm like, York, going to his exes, help me choose an outfit. Do you say something?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Now, if it were me, and we've been dating, we've been on 4 dates, and the 5th date, also framing it as a 5th date is weird to me.
Yeah.
But on the 5th date, you're saying we're gonna go to your ex-boyfriend's wedding.
I'm trying to think if you told me that and you were excited. You know I'm an enabler. I'm like, bitch, let's get you an outfit.
I don't.
It's wrong.
Is it wrong? I don't know why. I can't figure out why it bothers me. Because I guess in my mind, it makes it feel like I'm automatically thinking there's something going on. And that may not necessarily be true.
But maybe they're friends.
It depends on how long they've been broken up. It depends on what their relationship is.
It's just the date. You're right. I actually think the red flag is in framing it as a date.
That's weird.
Yeah, because if it's just like, oh, I'm going to this wedding, a friend, I did date her, just so you know. Do you want to be my +1? That's different than like,
right.
Oh, next date.
But then I'm going to want to know, I'm going to have questions. Like how long
close?
did y'all date?
I know I said we were about to end. We should end. But, you know, I love a 50-minute. That's how long I walk. How long in between relationships you go on a date, first date, and they tell you, I broke up with my ex X amount. What's the amount of time where you're like...
Where I say no?
Where you like, it's a bit of a red flag. Like... Okay, I'm gonna do it for you. 3 months. If they're like, oh yeah, we just broke up 3 months ago, and this is a significant relationship over a year.
Red flag.
3 months.
3 months.
Oh, red flag.
Yep.
6 months.
It's getting a little lighter. We throwing some bleach on that bitch.
Will you continue dating?
It depends on where I am spiritually.
No, now all we have is a prison.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, 6 months. No, I'll pass.
Okay. 6 months?
Yeah, I'll pass. 6 months is not that long.
I feel
for a significant relationship?
Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. What if they were dating for 6 months? And you meet them and they're like, we broke up a month ago.
Still red flag.
I was ready to date after a month.
I think you're rolling the dice.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's rolling the dice.
You're rolling the dice. And I don't have dice in me right now.
You know,
me, myself, personally.
Let's put that on a t-shirt. I do not have dice in me right now. Well, you know what? I think that, Aaron, are we at 50 minutes? I feel like we are. Oh, love it. Okay. Love it. Perfect. Well. Okay. You know, I'd like us to end on a green flag.
Do you have a green flag? Just to end on something positive.
Yeah, that you look out for when you're like, For me, it's therapy. It's if you talk about being in therapy, or when I tell you about therapy and you're open to therapy. I'm not one of those people like, he must be in therapy, because I have many people in my life that are not in therapy that are great people. Yeah. It's about your resistance to it.
Yeah.
And so for me, a green flag is if I bring up therapy, because I go to therapy. Y'all are lucky that listen. Everyone in my life better thank God for my therapist. But I feel like the relationship to therapy tells me a lot about you.
That's very true.
I do ask about that. And so if you're like open to it, I don't need that. Like, sure. I have a friend, and he doesn't go to therapy, but whenever I talk to him about it, he's very much like, look, I don't need it, but if the time came, I would go. And if my wife wanted me to go, I would go. And so that's for me, that's a green flag. I'm like, this is why we're friends.
I like that. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here for it.
Do you not have a green flag? Are you not in a green flag mood?
No.
I just think that sometimes we're looking for red flags, that we also should be looking for green flags. Because sometimes you're like, well, they're not doing anything wrong, but are they doing anything right?
You know what I will say? And this is, okay, a green flag is like someone who has a great relationship with their family. Somebody that...
No, that sounded shady.
It doesn't necessarily.
No, that sounded shady.
Somebody that like loves on their family.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of knows how to communicate with their family.
Yeah.
We don't all have that relationship with our families, but like when I see that in somebody that I'm dating, it's like, oh, that's like, it makes me feel more comfortable.
Good man, Savannah.
That's right.
All right. Well, I think this is a successful episode 2.
Yeah.
We might even come back for episode 3.
We'll see what happens.
I think we're kind of being toxic when we do this stuff. We are the red flag when we're like, we may not come back.
I mean, we planning on it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because then people are like, no, please come back. And we're like,
yeah, we're a little toxic in that way. But it's okay. We lean into it.
Yeah, we're just testing you.
Do you love us?
Did you? How much do you love us? Shout out to episode 2.
All right.
Yes, like and subscribe, follow and share and do all the things. And whatever you do, avoid them red flags.
Come on.
Or not. We'll be here to laugh with you.
Bye.